The hardest state management library for me to figure out was Cerebral, and I guess it's called Cerebral because you have to be really smart to use it. Cerebral as a library is based on the idea of message passing. You're essentially designing a bunch of models and controllers for your state, and then you pass messages between them, and those messages are kind of like your global actions, I guess. And those actions then trigger changes, and a lot of stuff happens behind the scenes that I didn't really understand. And honestly, I wouldn't recommend that you use it because, let's say it this way, if you like it, you should use it. I don't think you will like it, and I'll give it my best shot to explain how it works. For the guys among you who don't know what just happened, that was a magnetic face mask. Let's take a look at Cerebral using our common example and see how it works. Same app as always. Back play next. We are rendering very similarly as always. Instead of the subscribe component we've gotten used to with modern libraries, we're rendering a Cerebral container, giving it a controller called player controller. Inside we render the Cerebral app. The Cerebral app then uses the connect function, which is very similar to Redux's connect function, which takes as its first argument a configuration object that says whether things are a state, a signal, and I think there's a couple other options. We're using this fancy pants syntax of state and then giving it a backticked string. Then all of those come into our component as props, and we can use those props to do stuff when we're rendering. One tricky thing is that signals cannot be passed directly into your event handlers because they start complaining when they get parameters. The way we define all of this machinery is in state.js, where we create a default controller which takes a module, and we can have multiple modules, but because our app is simple, we only have a single module. This module is separated into state and signals. The cool thing about signals is that they can be composed out of multiple functions, or I think they actually call them actions. Go next gets the action go next, or we can use the simple action generator. We also have video URL as a compute. You can think of it as a selector from Redux built with reselect.